And we're going live. And we're live. Shout out to Miss Goldie Robinson. Thank you for being the first one in this morning. Shout out to Nikita Jones. Thank you for being here this morning as well. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra, special, big up, shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards. Shout out to the school bus drivers. Shout out to the students going out to school. Shout out to the school teachers. Shout out to law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Shout out to whatever your job description is. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody who's up and out to get it this morning. And most of all, shout out to the people them who have clean heart, clear conscience, good mindset, and you wish good for others as much as you wish for yourself. You are a good person and you deserve respect. Shout out to you. Here we are on another beautiful morning with a lot to give thanks for, regardless of what might be happening in life, right? And we meet once again right here on this platform called SouFLoTV, which is our family gathering spot. And we're gonna get into some things. We have a whole lot of stuff to talk about this morning. We have about 7 topics. So I will ask in advance that everybody stay with me as I move through these topics. Because we don't want to get caught up on one topic and then discuss one topic for 50 minutes and then only have 10 minutes to go through the next 6 topics, right? So we want to even the thing out. All right, before we go into that, uh, the dating site that I told you all about, we're gathering there at that dating site on Sunday. It's called Scotch Bonnet and Time. The same way you spell Scotch Bonnet and Time. Most Jamaican know if you spell Scotch Bonnet and Time because we are use Scotch Bonnet and Time with whole life. Let me type it in all caps, SCOTCH BO and HYME. There it is. Scotch Bonnet and Time. Go over on YouTube, click the subscribe button to Scotch Bonnet and Time, and I will meet you over there on Sunday. I'm trying my best to get as many people over there as possible because, of course, the more the merrier. It's a dating show for the Caribbean crowd. I've seen 1 or 2 people say, "So Flo, so and so do it already." Me don't want to hear about what so and so do already. Me I tell you about where me see and what I want you to be involved in. So big up to so and so who's doing it already, but that ain't what we're talking about. All right, so just go over to Scotch Bonnet and Time. It's 7:30 p.m. Jamaica time on Sunday. That's the time she goes live. So it's a new platform, new format. Come on, there are a million dating sites out there, right? Right. So the people them who date online, they know about eHarmony, they know about Christian singles, they know about black professionals, they know about this, that, and the other. Nobody says eHarmony is doing it already, so try something else. You understand? So the more the merrier. Let's go check it out on Sunday. Scotch Bonnet and Time, see what it's about. All right. Have to kick it off like this morning, real quick. No long talking. Viral TikTok cops in trouble. Man proposes and then kills his woman. R.I.P. to Big Red. Skeletal remains and shallow graves found in Zambia, St. Catherine. Uh, what happened to black skin and black hair? New path to citizenship. The U.S. government is suggesting a new path to citizenship. We're going to talk about that as well. Barbados listed as the least corrupted Caribbean country, and Jamaica is among the most, alongside a few others we'll talk about. And then Beachy Stout voice notes that are played out in court. That's what we're working with this morning. So any which part you want, if it start, just start. Just say it up here. So I'll give you 60 seconds and we're going in. In the meantime, I'll sip my tea and I'll watch the screen and I'll queue up some material for you because I'm sure everybody probably saw this already, but we'll show it again. Waiting on you. Waiting on you. Got 50 seconds. 50 seconds. 40 seconds. Let's start with Beachy. Marcia. Marcia Waters says starts with Beachy. Let me pull up this phone. Work me a work. Anyone. Beachy, Beachy, Beachy. A whole lot of Beachy. Beachy, Beachy, Beachy. Anyone. Least Corruptible Island, Beachy, Beachy, Grace James, Beachy, British Jamaican Girl, Beachy, Miss Goldie Robinson, Beachy, Virtuous Fire, Beachy, Marcia Waters, Beachy, Donna Davis. Bless up yourself, Soulflow and family. Bless up yourself, Donna. Manners and respect. MD says Least Corruptible Island. Grace James says Beachy. Pauline Graham says good morning. Good morning, Pauline. Wayne Nathan says Beachy. Lovely Aneka. Lovely Aneka. Y'all also go over to Lovely Aneka channel. She's right here with us. Just click her name. It's in gray with a tick next to it. And just hit the subscribe button and then come right back. Right? We right here and she right here with us. Donna Davis says Beachy. It looks like Beachy it is. We have 10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I appreciate you a lot, lovely Aneka. Thank you for being here as well. Let's get into the Beachy. All right, so Beachy Stout trial is in motion, as we all know, and what's going on right now is the voice note. The voice notes are being played out in court. And as the voice notes are being played out in court, attorneys are scrambling to disassociate Beachy Stout from these voice notes. Rightfully so, because if it is confirmed that that is him on the voice note, then he cannot escape this murder conviction because that's you caught on tape planning the murder of your wife before she was murdered by the person who said you hired them to murder her. You see that? All that's connect too much. So what his attorneys are arguing now is how come we never hear the word murder used on the tape? And I think Bobla, Delvalin Minot, his real name, he is saying to them that we were using different words. So we weren't saying murder over the phone because that's not something where you step on the phone kind of thing. You say something else. Like you say, I want to go on for the robbery there, or something like that. Well, let's get into the details. Devil in Minor, the prosecutor's main witness in the Tanya McDonald murder case, was recalled to the stand on Tuesday. And today is Wednesday. Happy hump day, everybody. He was recalled to the stand on Tuesday morning to give additional evidence and to identify in court the secret recording conversation between him and the accused, Mr. Everton Beachy Stout McDonald. So there was he on the stand again. During his evidence, marshaled by prosecution, Minot told the court that he began recording these conversations after Tanya's death. He is currently serving 19 years for his role in the July 2020 death of the woman. And I already said this to you guys. I can't understand how he got 19 years for the gruesome murder of Tanya because the way how she went out, it was nothing pretty. And by his own description of how she went out, it was nothing pretty. If you could put your foot in somebody else's shoes and imagine you sit down in a car with people you think you trust. So you lean back on your car, you know, your car seat, if you're in the front, it has the headrest. So you lean back your head on the headrest, you're relaxing, you're chilling. You say, well, we are doing peso. Come on, hurry up and come. And next thing he described it to a T. This man described it so much, he said they tricked her because Bobla was sitting in the front next to her. She was driving, and him tell her, pull up in there, so make we run inside and do something real quick and come back out. So the guy in the back, Bobla says when he jumped out of the front seat, the guy in the back opened the back door like he jumped out too. So she just relax and kick back like this because she think, okay, the two of them jump out, them gonna do something. They're coming right back. He didn't jump out. Him open the door like him jump out and slam back the door like him close the door and gone. She wasn't paying attention. And that's when he grabbed her from behind, right? Grab her from behind, he said, held her against the headrest so she couldn't move. And he started stabbing her in her chest. She's fighting. She's fighting. That's when she was calling for her mother. And he said that she was fighting so hard. My mother want me. My mother want me. And she ended up all in the back seat of the car. How much she did a fight, because she a fight for her life. She realized at that moment that that was it, right? And you end up with 19 years, and you are to serve 10 of those, then you're eligible for parole. That's friggin' crazy to me. That's seriously crazy to me. I would have said at least 25 before eligible for parole, since he's the one that they flipped to get to the big fish, if you know what I mean. But that's Jamaica again, right? So during his evidence marshaled by the prosecution, Minor told the courts that he began recording these conversations after Tanya's death, and he's currently serving his 19 years. 5 cell phones, 10 SIM cards, and 1 memory card were the devices that Minor said that he used to capture the conversations. Me can't even keep up with my 1 phone, 2 phone, 3 phone what I have. And him said 5 phones, 10 SIM cards, and 1 memory card. Minutes into his evidence given, Minor told the courts that he recorded the conversation after Tanya's murder, but less than 30 minutes into him on the stand talking, he later said that he actually began recording the conversations on a black phone the moment he received a phone from Beachy Stout until the night of Tanya's death. So he didn't start recording after she died. He started recording the moment that man give me a phone. Me did actually start record already. The convict said that he purchased the memory card and he inserted it along with 2 SIM cards Mr. McDonald gave him. He said that he recorded about 20 conversations on that particular cell phone before Mr. McDonald called him and instructed him to bring the cell phone, come back, come give me. So he returned the device and asked why, and he said because it has information on it that they might use to track back to me. And so he said he removed the memory card and returned that phone to him. That's when he first started recording. He further told the courts that it was a similar story for all the other phones as well. He would constantly tell him to return the phone to him and give him a new phone, and he would take out the memory card and hand him back the phone, but keep the memory card. According to Minot, he kept the memory cards and he later inserted it into his cellular phone, which he handed over to the police when he was arrested in August of 2020. And earlier in the proceedings, Minot identified his own voice and he said, yes, that is me right there talking. And he identified Beachy Stout's voice as it was playing in the courtroom. Yes, that is him as well, during the playing of excerpts from the secretly recorded conversations. That is big. That is big. The suspect, the culprit, the person who flipped, he's here in the courtroom saying they have somebody there, a witness who's willing to stand up and say, yeah, that's him. Well, hear him talk right now and hear that play. The same voice, right? Yeah, and I'm telling you that that is him. You know, sometimes you have people that sound like people. Well, me, I tell you, said that is him. It's me and him having that conversation. So after the playing of one of the excerpts, Minot identified his voice and asked, and he was asking Mr. McDonald to give him $30,000 to pay the taxi operator who was in the businessman's yard at the time. Earlier in the trial, now remember now, what are they doing in the businessman's yard? They are there to kill Tanya. This is the man who was driving them back and forth, and the man kept saying, come on, some money I figure run. At least give me some gas money or something. Well, I come up here all the time about the 5th trip now. Me have to put gas in this, and we still not kill the girl yet or nothing like that, right? Right. So he's waiting on the big payday, but in the meantime, give me some money so I can at least put gas in the vehicle. Earlier in the trial, Minor told the court while detailing multiple failed attempts to kill Tanya that a taxi operator transported him to Mr. McDonald's home. This is the person he identified as my cousin. And then he said, I know really my cousin's still enough, but we're close like that, so I call him my cousin. Right. All right. So he also identified that person's voice and told them who that person was in court. Me just want the man there to feel good. I don't know what that means. He also identified his voice, saying, me just want a man there to feel good. In other words, in another excerpt, Minot identified a voice said to be Beachy Stout's voice, saying, we can no longer meet again. We only can link pandemia, we have ya. When asked to explain in court what that means, what Mr. McDonald meant by saying that, Minot explained to the court, him means, say, not to check him back again. Collect the money from the other person. Minot also identified his voice, complaining. Beachy Stout on the phone saying, the work had take too long. He explained to the prosecutor that the work means to kill Tanya, and he was saying it's taken too long. Mr. McDonald and his co-accused Oscar Barnes, they are both on trial for the murder of Tanya McDonald. Now, fast forward into more of what was said and all that in court. Confessed contract killer Delvalin Minot was on Tuesday unable to explain to the 7-member jury what a man purported to be murder accused Everton Beachy Stout McDonald meant when he mentioned a robbery in what Minot said was a secret recording between him and Beachy. If you notice just now, he didn't say murder. He never said the killing had take too long. He never said, oh, they're not kill her yet. He said the work had take too long. See, that sets his attorneys up for something good, because his attorneys can say, him used to do work for Mr. Mac. Yeah, man, him come up there and clean up the place and unload the truck and them kind of something there. Remember him tell you initially, at the start of this trial, he came to look work. Him did get work. I know contract work him get, so I don't know how him have my client wrapped up in this. Him used to clean up the place and unload the truck and stuff. So when him asked, he was talking about work, like actual work. You see how that could be spun, right? Right. So now they're looking for the word murder in the conversation. So them can say, stick a pin on that. Aha. Plain as day. No guessing. All right. I mean, circumstantially speaking, they have a whole lot already. But they would like to have it slam dunked. That's what you call a slam dunk. A slam dunk is when no explanation is needed. It's just plain as day right there. So Minot, who gave evidence in September of last year, he returned to the witness stand yesterday to continue giving evidence in the trial and to identify the voices on the recordings of the alleged phone conversation between himself and Mr. McDonald, known as Beachy Stout, which he claimed he secretly captured. Mr. McDonald and his co-accused Oscar Barnes, they are on trial for Tanya's murder. Now check it. Up till now, Oscar Barnes' name has not been mentioned anywhere. A description of him has not been mentioned anywhere. I'm already thinking he's the one that's going to walk. Now, and it would be crazy if he is the one that did such a brutal murder and actually gets to walk. Because among us, regular, law-abiding, tax-paying citizens, enough of we safi, don't have the heart. Gunshot is one thing, you send gunshot, you don't even have to look which part it land, it kills somebody. To hug up somebody and stab out them chests, you must have a different kind of mindset. And to do that, because money, you're a wicked person and you're somebody that will do it again. So imagine somebody like this going free, if indeed he actually did do it, right? So, all right, we got past how much time Minot is serving, and this was all about $3 million. And of course, the man same get vexed because on multiple occasions, the killer come back to him and say, yo, where my money there? And him say, all right, meet me over here, so I go get it from Beachy and Carrot come give you. And him go to Beachy and Beachy give him tough talk. And say, come back next week, man, or come back later in the day, or meet me around a so-and-so, a different place. And he had to go back and relay that message to the killer, to a man where him see him do. So he knows There is one thing to think somebody could do something. It's the next thing to witness them do it, right? You're probably thinking, damn, I might be next. I better find the man your money quick. And he said the last time him and that man parted ways was in an alley. And the man walked away from him and never even looked back. The man said, carry my money, come give me. You know, I do some things where I'm not even supposed to say I do. Carry my money, come give me. And walk away and left him. And that is when him got involved, police and everything. I think he was scared for himself too. That, him went back to Beachy for the money. And according to him, allegedly, he said Beachy looked at him and said, you must think say I saw $3 million come. Which I find very friggin' like you get somebody to do something like that and then talk about you must think that's a $3 million come. Come on, man. But anyhow, back to this. Very gripping story. This story are definitely coming like a Netflix series. So Tanya's body was found in a certain part around one place. According to the recordings in question were alleged to have been of discussions of a plot to murder Tanya, according to Minot. However, in one of the recordings, the voice which Minot said is Mr. McDonald speaking, that voice expressed a desire for a domestic helper to witness a robbery at the house that he shared with his wife in Dolphin Bay, Portland. So he wanted the helper to witness the house being robbed. This is how he was setting up his alibi. So them can say, well, Mr. Gunman run up in the house already and rob it and them something there, and shortly after, Tanya get killed. So it's like we were being targeted or something. You know what I mean? Right. So he is on the tape saying him want the helper, the domestic helper, to witness a robbery at the house that him share with him wife. That's the house in Dolphin Bay, Portland. Minot was heard discussing with the other man on numerous occasions. He had visited the house, walked around it, and watched the occupants through the window with the aim of carrying out the particular act. Even told the man on the phone that he had brought his son and a taxi driver with him on the mission. This man is Beachy. He's telling Beachy on the phone, say, yeah man, we go to the house enough time already and we walk around the house. Me all I look through the window and I watch them in there through the window and everything. Just a wait for your word to carry out the act. Even told him on the phone that he had brought his own son and the taxi driver with him on the mission. For one reason or another, Minot failed on each attempt at the house to do what he went there to do. He expressed to the other man on the phone that he didn't feel as if the act should still take place at the house. He even made mention that he had plans to take Tanya away from the house. Right. Kidnap her and carry her away from the house. So there would be a robbery, then there would be a kidnapping. When asked by prosecutor Sophie Rowe why he went to the house again, Minot said that he was there to kill Tanya, a woman with whom he also claimed again that he was having sexual relationships with. Again, on one of the recordings, the man said to Beachy Stout mentioned wanting the events to seem like a robbery, but Minot claimed on Tuesday in court that he knew nothing about any robbery. Him said, and a robbery we did not talk about. Him just use robbery as a code word. I don't know what robbery was being referred to. The voice attributed to Beachy Stout told Minot that he was at risk of losing the work. You're going to lose the work, The man them in a Kingston, them ready and them capable. Remember, he told them before, say, him have some man from town on him payroll, and if he didn't do it fast enough, he would give them the job. It's a $3 million job, so you want the money or not? Well, that part played out in court now too. First it was testimony, verbal testimony. Now it's playing out in court on recording. Right. So here he is on recording saying, uh, yo, you're at risk of losing the work, you know. I'm going to give to the man them in a Kingston who were ready and capable. The man also made it clear to Minot that he did not want to be anywhere near the house when the act was being committed. He said that he wanted things to appear as though he stumbled upon the crime, and therefore he emphasized to Minot that he have to answer his phone every time he called him to ensure that the events run as smoothly as they have it planned. Get frig. On one occasion, the voice attributed to Mr. Beachy Stout said to Minot, "A something when me want the helper know, say, I know me. Me I go hang back half hour and then drive up a village. When me reach there now, you done work because you now go take 1 hour to finish. Me always I go come in after. Me always I go come in after she, like a half hour or so after she. Me want the helper call my phone and say, yo, something happened. Remember, a two banger phone with a pan, you know, where we are going to dispose. This is exactly how it's written. Yo. Those were his words heard on the phone. Let me translate that for people. I will always be half an hour behind her. I will allow her to go home first every time, right? So just know, say, it's a pattern we are put in place. I'm 30 minutes behind. When she reach, you complete that work. That means that shortly after, I should come in like I never suspect nothing. It's a normal thing. My wife go ahead before me close up the place and come in 30 minutes behind her. When I'm there, I should stumble upon a scene and it should be shocking. And the helper at the house who witnessed something should be calling my phone on my way up saying, yo, something happened. And then he told mine that, say, remember, a two banger phone with the pan, you know. Two banger phones, banger phone, a two phone where you can throw away, two disposable phone. Two banger phone with the pan. And we are going to dispose of them. And that was the end of that. So today is Wednesday. They're back in court again today. And they will be continuing with their testimonies and getting more into more of the voice notes that have been recorded and are set as evidence in the courts. I'm gonna say it again. I don't think him can get to after this. I don't think so. I thought they were playing around with the voice note, and I was looking forward to them saying, "Well, you know, we fouled that up too. You know, we messed up and it got erased somehow, and we don't have it or something." But they're playing them out, and everything that I've heard so far sounds like he was very much the mastermind behind the killing of his wife. The only thing is, the person who they said actually did the killing still has not been mentioned in any way, shape, or form throughout any of this. Not in the voice note, no description of him. Him not talk to nobody. Him not there, no weapon, nothing. And I really think that Oscar Barnes is going to beat this and get off. Right? All right. That's that update for the Beachy Stout. We have a lot to go through, so we'll just press gas and go on. The next one we're going to talk about happened yesterday, and I don't want some things we can't play on YouTube, but this I think we can. So I don't know if y'all know about the hospital attendee who was killed by her alleged Audrey Wright. Same need for just confess already. Him not confess Audrey Wright. They won't fight that out to the end. The man already said innocent, don't know what they're talking about. He got his money on his 5 lawyers. Let them fight it out in the court of law. That's how wealthy people do things, right? Them now confess. The court have to go fight to bring them down. And if the court run out of gas, they walk. So this situation here now, they have quite a few articles on this lady. First, Samuda hails her as a loyal JLP worker. Cabinet Minister and Jamaican Labour Party candidate for St. Ann Northeastern, Matthew Samuda, is mourning the loss of Kameka Haley, a dedicated party worker whose lifeless body was found on Saturday. Her common-law spouse, Kevin Shirley, of Parrytown in Ocharia, St. Ann, is the main suspect in the probe into her death, which the police have classified as undetermined. She was 44 years old and a hospital attendant. On Sunday, Samuda hailed Haley, affectionately known to the JLP supporters as Big Red, for her loyalty as a party worker. He said that she was a dedicated and loyal worker and that she tragically was taken away from us. He wrote this on X. X was formerly Twitter. Samuda also shared photographs of Haley with other laborites at a party meeting and another photograph of her with former St. Ann Northeastern Member of Parliament MP Shahine Robinson, who died on May 29th of 2020. In relation to Haley's death, the police said that she was last seen alive by her son on January 25th, and he was the one that found her lifeless body in the morning on January 27th and alerted the authorities. Her spouse, who reportedly ingested a corrosive substance, gramazone, and was rescued after jumping into a concrete water tank in Higgins Land in St. Ann on January 29th, is now under police guard at the hospital. Investigations are ongoing by the police into the overall development. Quite a few articles here, and bear with me. Some of this information is going to seem repetitive, but I'm going somewhere with this. All right? So watch your ride. All right. Now, the next one concerning her, which goes much deeper. It says a St. Ann man kills his fiancée days after proposing and then attempts to kill himself. Days after he got down on one knee and proposed to her, then he ended up killing her as well. The phone screen at dirty, man. Here is, which has now been my angles are messed up in here. At the workplace. Oh my God. So that's Big Red, as she was affectionately called. Shout out to Jamaica Tory for that, but there are a lot of other people who have it as well. Pinkwall have it, and a bunch of other people have it. That's a insight look at, I give you some insight into when we say he recently proposed to her. They said he proposed to her like days ago. Now, shout out to Yard Hype. The police have taken into custody. Oh no, there is another video that I have to show you concerning this. Hold on. Here it is, right? Yes. And this is him after. Hey? What do you name, Prince? What do you name? What do you name? Come on. Just want to talk to you, man. Come. Thank you for that. Come on, talk to you, man. Mr. Shirley, we know send us spider. I just want to talk to you. Come on.
Talk one talk to him, and I can't make auntie go cry more than she cry, man. Eh? I cannot, we know too. We cannot, man. We know that too. We know that too, man. Come. You're sick. So come, we can't get that to man.
He's in the tank crying. They're trying to get him out of the tank. He's saying, and I spite him do it for. Oh God.
Come closer to the customer. Come closer to yourself.
Oh. You know, one fire unit gone up this
please. Come on. Come
we talk to you, man. You can't talk about this, man.
Alright.
Eh?
He was in the bathroom bathing. She come in there and pop off my chain. I'm coming there with a big spoon and I beat him in the shower. And him I tell her, say stop. Him said them are gonna kill him and them say no man, we not do you nothing.
Just come closer to the car. When did that come company there? Just come closer to yourself. When did that come?
No, we know that one.
Sure, we can't talk about that, man. Everything is alright, man. Just why you coming in there, come here.
Come to us. Yeah, come to us.
No, man, if you come, man.
So for those of you who don't understand what's going on, that is after he committed the act. He's said to have drank some gramazone or some corrosive substance that could kill him and jumped into the tank. So I guess he was hoping to flatter like fish and drown dead unconscious in the tank, but the thing never kicked in. So then they found him and they found him in the tank. So they started trying to get him out of the tank and he was saying, no, me now come up because, kill me. I guess she was very well known and she was very well liked by a lot of people. There's also another video of him arriving at the hospital after they took him out the tank, and the healthcare workers at the hospital were saying, make him walk, go inside. Because somebody has said, bring a wheelchair, because he can't walk. And all the healthcare workers were gathered outside saying, bring which wheelchair, make him walk, him wicked self, go inside. You kill my co-worker, you kill with friend, you kill with good friend, right? And some of them were crying and wailing as they were crying. You know, what's funny that I wanted to say about that is, in the US, right, when somebody kills, say, somebody famous or even a law enforcement officer or something, when they arrive at the hospital, those of you who work in the medical field, you know this. You cannot deny that person anything. You have to still you have to lock off the side there of your mind, and you have to treat them as an individual that is injured and needs your medical expertise, and that's it. You can't say, nah, he ain't getting no damn wheelchair. He just killed a police officer. You could lose your job for that. You could get fired for that. More than likely, if you say that out loud, you're losing your job for that. Let's stop talking about you could lose. Y'all gonna lose your job feed. But hearing them on the tape, in Jamaica, no, not give him no wheelchair. Which wheelchair? Make him walk, him wicked self, go inside. Walk, go in there. Oh, wicked boy. Nobody brought a wheelchair out. And I think they dragged and carried him until he eventually wobble himself, go inside. But noticing those things and comparing and contrast, you know what I mean? I was like just observing. So Pinkwall has all the pictures, but that's him in person, up close. If you don't really want to know how him look, that's him and her, right? Put a face to the name, I guess. And then, of course, the proposal, down on one knee. You know, woman say, if you don't get down on one knee and a real proposal that me no want it, see that she did a couple days after. and then of course the next one with him in the tank, and then the next one Pinkwall lined them up properly was him arriving at the hospital.
Wicked man. No, you say you want to live. You cannot leave this land. Drink making drink all the girls when you want to drink. God nasty. You want to put him in a wheelchair.
Carry wheelchair come. We now put him in a wheelchair. Joe make him drink all the grammars when him want drink.
Him want mercy and he may give big red no mercy. Not Maria. All when you are dead, we want your draw go in.
All when you are dead, we want your draw go in. These are the workers at the hospital that do the same work she does there. Her co-workers. Somebody in the back is screaming about him for dead and wicked bumble and so on and so forth. Quite a catastrophic scene. Yes, Pansy Slack Foster says you cannot deny this. That's in the U.S. though. I can't speak for Jamaica. I would like to hear from medical professionals in Jamaica if you can deny, say a man kill a police officer out a road and during the shootout him get shot and them rush him to the hospital. Matter of fact, if a suspect at a crime scene is injured, it is the law enforcement's responsibility in the U.S. to make sure they get swift medical help, right? So, I mean, things are different in different places around the world. Crystal G says, well, it sounds like self-defense to me. Here's the thing. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And I know some women are going to be triggered again, and some of you are going to try to misconstrue whatever it is that I say. And then you're going to turn around and say, SouFLoTV is always blaming the victim anytime. I'm going to talk about that for a couple of minutes. So, yard hype. The police have taken a man into custody who attempted to take his own life after he reportedly killed his fiancée. Circulating report details that the man identified as Kevon Shirley had proposed to his 44-year-old girlfriend, Kamika Haley, days before he ended up killing her. Kamika's son found her dead in bed at home in Windsor Heights, St. Anne on Saturday with one fatal wound. Upon the police arrival at the scene, Kamika was found laying on her back on the floor wearing a nightgown with visible black and blue marks on her neck, as well as blood stains on her clothing. And it is suspected that the victim was murdered sometime between Thursday night and early Saturday. The cause of death is believed to have either been strangulation or blunt force trauma. On Monday, residents found the suspect, and it was said that he had made an attempt to end his own life. This was said in a released audio featuring a woman that was stating that Kevon ingested Gramazone to kill himself and jumped down in the tank. So once that voice note went out, people in the area connect up and knew which tank, and people have them little chat group and stuff, and somebody can jump in a chat group and say, yo, SouFlo, run go down a Market Street real quick, boy, in a tank right now. And then, a crowd come and all these things. What I heard is that him drink Gramazone and him try kill himself by jumping in the tank. But the people them realize and them see and them draw him out of the tank and carry him down at the hospital. The female said in the audio. She also stated that she heard that Kamika was constantly being physically abused by Kevon. In the past, according to an anonymous speaker, Kamika's son intervened with a cutlass and he wanted to chop Kevon after witnessing Kevon attempting to hit his mother. However, Kamika reportedly told her son, you can't disrespect the man in my house, so you have to go leave here. Right. And after he intervened, resulting in her son having to pack up and leave his home and relocate to go live with his father. I don't know him father him live even now. So I hear them not hear from her and him the son go up there and see her upon the bed and him faint, pass out, black out. A video has surfaced showing the distressed man in the large concrete tank weeping as he expressed his fear of being harmed should he surrender to the crowd. Him said, them are going to kill me. And them said, no man, come man, we not do you nothing, man. We just want you to come out of the tank. Everything I go all right, man. Them are going to kill me. And no spite, he told the residents, adding that he was sick. The residents urged him to get out of the water, telling him that they only wanted to talk to him and they want to take him down to the hospital. Him say, me never lick her yet. Oh God, oh God, oh God. He went on to state that during a dispute with Kamika, she was hitting him with a big spoon and he warned her to stop. He said he was in the shower and he had his chain on and he was taking a shower. She came in there and she grabbed the chain and popped it off his neck and she started hitting him with the big spoon while he was taking the shower. He's telling her to stop. She wouldn't stop. The footage ended shortly, but a follow-up video showed when he arrived at the hospital where angry protesters were gathered. Additionally, a video of Kevon on his knees proposing to Kamika at the St. Anne's Bay Regional Hospital where she worked is also in circulation, which y'all just saw as well. And everybody was saying, on the job, oh my God, filled with joy. She accepted his proposal. Yes, I'll marry you, prompting cheers and applause from onlookers. And that was that. Started with an proposal, and a few days later, from Thursday to Sunday, or from Wednesday to Sunday, or something like that, few days in between, proposal and happy to dead. Um, let's give this one a 5 minute talk now. Watch me. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Play games. We play stupid games and we win stupid prizes, right? Abusive relationships. As a man, I'm gonna say this. As a man, I used to cover these stories very differently. I used to cover these stories like this. Wicked boy, where you kill the people them daughter for, yeah, him for dead. I realized through not only my own experience how calculating, vindictive, and the kind of stuff that some women do behind the scenes while they show up to work looking prim and proper and they act like, if anything ever goes wrong, it has nothing to do with me, it's always him kind of thing. So I started approaching things from a different angle and I started telling women to be careful of how you pour gasoline in that fire and you're standing next to the fire, because at the end of it all, it seems like the women are always on the losing end of this thing, right? I draw for that story again that I normally use as a conduit to have people understand what it is I'm saying. I'm sitting there watching a video, witnessing a woman telling a man in front of everybody some of the most derogatory things that in our culture is hurtful. To others, it might not be. Yeah, a regular thing that's so what, nigga, everybody eat pussy. But when you in a Jamaica and she taunt the man and she taunt him and the people around were encouraging her to taunt him, and she tell him, suck your mother. And she tell him, oh, you lick up my body and you near out my pussy and you think pussy mouth boy and you can't do me nothing. And the man that they say, like him I say, Mika, go on now, no man. All right, done now, no. Go on now, no. And she was like, what you gonna do me? You can't do me nothing. You can't tell me which part to go. You can't chat to me. You can't instruct me, boy. You can't do me nothing. And next thing me hear, shing. The man pull out a machete, right? The same crowd that was putting battery in our back, everybody scatter now. Why? Lord God! Why? Lord! Sham! 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 Me, I watch the video, but me, I cringe. Because I don't know if I chop him, I chop her, I slap him, I slap her with a machete. Right? Everybody is balling. So I say that to say this. When the man tell him story and him say him in the shower, naked, I take him shower, she come in there, rip her shower curtain, pop off chain, have a big spoon where she cook with there, beat him with the big spoon in there and all these kind of things. I say this, man, I'm not going to blame her for what happened to her because I know what the crowd is going to say. He's a man, him should have chucked through the window and run. Me no business if it didn't have grill on it, squeeze through the grill, come out, run, go somewhere naked, I don't care. She's always right. But here what may I say to you. Some women out there will purposely push you all the way up until tragedy strikes. Yeah. And they'll be all up in the man face to you. You can't do me nothing. Go suck out yourself. You big dirty thinking this and that. And then front page news. Yeah. So I encourage the men that if you find yourself in a position, a situation, a relationship where a woman speaks to you a certain kind of way, left. Because the next thing, see, my grandfather always said, for them, the woman, them strength is in their mouth. Yours is in your hands. That is why it's not okay to stay around arguing with them in close confines, lock up in a house, and argue. Because it's natural for you as a man. I don't know if you're back to my lions. I don't know if you ever seen how the lions react, right? Once you poke that lion till that lion get up and just tear up every last thing around there. Right. So your emotions will overtake you sometime, and you get to that place where you suddenly you're standing over a body like, what the hell did I just do? Your whole life changed now. And some women don't mind. They'll take it all the way there. They not even have the sense to look and say, you know what? Me thinking we do it. Me thinking we actually do it. I don't know if it's because you've said I love you so many times and you've had sexual relations for quite some time now, or whatever. She just feel like say you're weak, jellyback boy, you can't do this and you can't do that. And men, cause the woman them now listen. They keep on doing the same thing over and over until they get the same damn result. Then you're just another check, another person that got the same treatment, another front page story, 9-day story, won't even last 9 days, and man gone to prison. So I tell men, if you find yourself with a woman who acts a certain way towards you, right, aggressively, run up on you, all them kind of something there, like she will fight you and you can't leave. Them can't fight you. And they will convince themselves that there's some great boxer and she can take you on. And if she lose that, she'll go in the kitchen and get 2 knives and come out Wing Chun Chu. Like too much karate movie she watch. Me don't know. But they will take you on mentally. And then the one Ross lick where you gonna give her physically, a uppercut and a right to her temple, she dead right that's up on the floor. Blunt force trauma. Them not tough hard like we. Them not tough like we like that. Most men. You know what I'm saying? So don't walk yourself into these situations. The funny thing about all this is this. Not funny as in laughing, but funny as in, like I tell you, paradoxical and strange funny. A few days ago, you were so in love with her that you went to her job, got down on one knee in front of everybody, friends, co-workers, and colleagues, right? That's a very vulnerable thing for a man, right? Me, I try to figure out what could have happened. Why? What she hear say him there with the next woman, so she come in at the shower, come rip off him, chain and beat him with big spoon and all that. Him I say, you may tell us, me not deal with a girl, man. Come off of me, man. Stop, man. And she in her feelings, you just proposed to me. You embarrass me. I don't know. But to see how fast, this is how a dysfunctional relationship work. To see how fast it goes from bliss to tragic, that little space in between there, you don't know when that gonna happen. You understand? That is why if you're in these kind of relationship, don't be in it. Or try your best to get out, because it will go from bliss to tragic in no time. And all along you tell yourself, well, we argue like this all the time, so nothing is gonna happen. A lie you tell yourself. You're telling yourself a lie. It's escalating, it's bubbling, it's boiling, it's growing, it's going to erupt, it's going to boil over. Something are gonna happen. If we can't fix it like 2 grown people, left it alone. You see that lick something there? It not happen overnight. I know the first time she lick him, and him probably lick her before too. So two people comfortable beating up on each other, and knowing say, yeah, so we stay, man. Sometimes we fight, fight, we fight and mash up the house, but we not left each other. Me no want that rotted. We not left each other. If that is what it takes, I don't want it, right? Because nobody fight for fun. Me not fight for fun. If me a fight today, me think you try to kill me, somebody will try to kill you first. I don't care if you're a woman. If you have the strength to fight me, I feel like I kill you, I kill me, or try to kill me, and I have to defend myself. So how about just let's not put ourselves in that position in the first place? You know what I mean? Right. And another thing is, ladies, not every man take everything the same way. Some of we will take a lick with a spoon and say, yo, what you do? And it will end there, so. And we cuss and stuff. Some man, you lick him, he might try to lick you back 10 times harder. Fight, you gotta fight now for your life, right? So it's not everybody take things the same way. Just like how some man, if you cheat on them and them find out and them embarrassed, they simply pack their stuff and say, thank you, God, for showing me this. Now me can go find somebody better with a better character of a person who don't frig around while they're in a committed relationship and me gone down the road. You have some man whose heart and soul is invested. So when them find out, them now go act like the last man where you cheat pan and him just left. That one you go kill you. Right? So this is where I put the women in and I say, stop doing things that contribute to your demise. It's not me blaming you for what happens in the end. It's me showing you the whole picture and showing you an actual way out. If you see certain things that happen, man, you're supposed to have a plan and you're supposed to be working towards your exit plan. Some relationship you can't just get up and walk away because it's not that easy. You have things invested and involved and it takes a while to leave. But take your little time and just keep that at the forefront of your mind and keep stepping 1 step, 2 step till you come out of it. If it's not going to work itself out, and the end of all this, I will end this by saying this. The most beautiful relationships in the world are those that have stood the test of time. They've been through the friggin' storm. This ship get batter up, turn over, people have to take life vests, swim a sea deep, proverbially speaking, hypothetically speaking, come back on the boat again, work it out. Them relationships, they're beautiful. Those are the real relationships. When you can get to a place together, though, because you have to get there together. So when you can't get to a place together, one can look back and laugh and say, yo, babe, 10 years now we get together, and I remember like the last 4 or 5 years, remember 2 years ago, remember 7 years ago, remember when we first meet? Yeah, everything did good for 2 years. Remember that third year, fourth year, something there. Remember how we got through this, that, and the other. Yeah, and you did have something wrong with you. You did have some anger issues and you did abusive and stuff. Me swear me did I go left you, And she has said the same thing back to you and on the work that them the relationship are the most beautiful relationship. But here what? I know for everybody. Everything is not for everybody. Okay? Because if you take two people and they cannot grow together, it's just bare resentment, anger, all kind of something that go build up in there. So until they eventually part ways as enemies, right? So if you notice these things going on in your relationship and you realize that, well, we ain't gonna be that couple that's gonna weather no storm because it look like either she'll kill me or me I gonna kill her. Take away yourself here, man. Take away yourself. Freedom is everything. Nobody kill nobody and gonna end up. And I said this before and I say it again. Me, personally, too much woman out here. If you go kill one woman and then end up lock up with a bag of man, man I watch me one time me bend over in a shower to wash my ankle them. He might watch me and talk about how my body spread out. No. While you comfortably in your grave and then put me in there so for the rest of my life around a bag of man. No, sir. Here what? We are cut. Peace. All right. I'll see you down the road. I'm going to find somebody that is less cantankerous and less look like says she going to kill me and me I going to kill her. Kind of something. Value your freedom and love yourself. That our come first. Value your freedom and love yourself enough to walk away. Even when it look like, you know what? It's almost impossible to walk away. Run. That. Run. Remember the time me did pack me grip. Audrey Wright say, remember you did pack your grip and put on your crepe. Remember the time me did pack me grip and put on me crepe. I saw. Boy, life is strange here, man. People choose who they choose. And, I don't fight against them something there. You choose who you choose. But if who you choose ain't working with you, then who you chose is telling you that you are not for them. And if they're telling you that you are not for them, then you go about your business. You understand? Now, by the time round there, I try and make the impossible work because it named impossible for a reason. It not gonna work for you. All right? It will work with somebody else, but not this one. So go find the next one. Life short. Life is short. No matter how long you live it, it's short. No give none of it to no prison. No give none of it to no unhappiness. No give none of it to no. And the last thing, I'm learning this. Everybody don't come ready-made. Some people come shabby and rough around the edges. But them have to have that innate thing where it's a self-reflective thing. I'm going to do better. I am working on being better. I'm working on being a better person for the growth of us and our relationship. I want this. If you meet somebody and them tell you about take me as I am or left me alone, me not change nothing about me and a summit and suck your mother and this, that, and me talk to you, me want to. Left that person there. Because that's how it's going to end up. Happy on social media, pretty. He's on one knee. She's so excited. Oh, and she dead. Yeah, that way there. Moving right along though, my condolences goes out to her family, her surviving friends and colleagues, because them seem to really be invested in, emotionally attached to, and love her, like her, and all these things. Can't bring her back. That is final. She gone. Brother, I wish you did think that over or had the moment to, but things happen in the heat of a moment. I won't speak no more on their particular situation. All we can do in things like these is learn from it and apply it to our own lives to make sure so we don't end up being the next person somebody else is talking about in this manner. Yeah? All right. Zambia. Residents in Zambia, part around one part of one place of Jamaica there. Zambia residents are shocked as more human remains are found. Zambia in Central Village, St. Catherine, a resident said that he was shocked to learn that human remains were discovered in his community. Far as me know, no one is missing from around here. And things like this make the place look bad. People are go quick for say, is man from the area kill and bury people, but me not think so because me not think so. And many ways to get in a Zambia and the place full of bush. So anyone can come in and do them thing. I'm frightened when I see police swarm the place this morning. And here say them find grave up here. This no look good at all. One thing about we are got in a denial, Nobody can come in at your place. We know how Jamaica set up and this go for every community. Every. Whether you live in an upscale, uptown community or you live in a back a bush, back a wall, somewhere down in a country, somewhere behind Jesus toilet, whether you live, wherever community you live in, and the same principles apply all across Jamaica. Right? Whatever community you live in is the same principles apply all across Jamaica. Nobody can just come in your community, come do no whole heap of movement, dig a bag of shallow grave, bring in bodies and bury them and do all these things and nobody in the community see nothing. And now you talk about, so them are going to start trying to say people in the community, the man them in the community do it. I don't know, because whole heap of way, you're lying. You're lying. I don't know what's going around there. No what going around there. Somebody just said, King David just said, lies. Sir P always tell us about there a lot. Well, even before Sir P, we didn't know about there a lot. See, that's why I'm saying that. It's well known. Now, I'm itching this to something. Hold on. According to reports from the Corporate Communications Unit, about 8 a.m., lawmen assigned to the St. Catherine Police Division were alerted by a foul odor in the community. What smell, so? Upon investigation, they saw a shallow grave with human remains along with items of clothing. It was actually a dog that was dragging a piece of, I think it was a femur bone or something with piece of clothes attached to it. And then upon closer inspection, along with the smell, that led them to that. The scene was processed and the remains were removed to the morgue for post-mortem. As the police team made trips from the crime scene with digging tools, a small group of onlookers converged close by. All were tight-lipped. Nobody had anything to say about the discovery. A lawman on the scene told the Jamaica Star, shout out to them, that the St. Catherine community is very well known to have had informal graveyards within this space. So again, the police I tell them, say, we know like body bury up here so all the time. This is not the first time that human remains were found in this community. The area has a lot of forest areas. Graveyards made by thugs, they are, he said. The lawman also stated that forensic science will now have to be done to determine the sex and the identities of these victims. They stumbled upon one grave. They ended up finding multiple more graves with bodies in them. So I no want them fine. I want that to be understood. They said that some of them were wrapped in plastic, while others were just thrown in the ground. Right. The remains were discovered after vultures and dogs were seen eating what appeared to be human flesh. My big question is this. I pay attention because I try to do the follow-up to the stories that we cover. So, Donnelly Donaldson's phone had pinged last somewhere in a St. Catherine over, I don't know if it's close to Zambia. I don't know. But I know that it pinged last somewhere over in that direction. The Moody twins, them, I don't know. I'm just saying. But to the people them who say them don't know nothing about nothing and nobody is missing from around here, I just want y'all to know that nobody might be missing from around your neighborhood, but a whole heap of Jamaican missing in a Jamaica there to never have been found again. Yeah. Why you tell me yesterday, say, cartel must say fuck you because, pardon my language, because everything you bring him up. But true. We have to bring it up because, you know, I see how people are pressed about Lizard, like where is his whereabouts then? If he wasn't killed, where is his whereabouts? And I try to tell people, say, listen, it's not my job to tell you where somebody who disappeared is. It's the law's job to find them. But you can't just pin somebody upon me and tell me, say, me kill them because you can't find them. Now, in the space of time that that brother has gone missing, thousands of others have gone missing as well. Right. I don't hear the uproar for the thousands of others that have gone missing as well. You see what I'm saying? A whole heap of Jamaican missing. What I'm hoping is that forensics can actually identify these individuals and families of these individuals who haven't seen their loved ones from God know when can actually get some closure. That part there. We don't have much more to say about that other than them know what going up there, so. Because nobody come in your community and just do things, especially things like that. Multiple bodies buried in your community and nobody knows nothing. Anyhow, policeman, common law husband and suspecting that a hospital attendant. Yeah, we get that already. Let's go through this one now. The two last boring topic them for the morning, I guess, but they might not be so boring. Let's start out with the TikTok police officers out of Jamaica. Disciplinary action is to be taken against cops in a viral TikTok video trend. I don't know if you ever see the Jamaican police them a dance and I do like rifle walk and over the wall and shove the rifle over the wall and all these kind of things, right? Let me start out by saying this before I even read the article. I always had a problem with that. I always had a problem with that. In my years in the military, there was just certain things that you never did in uniform. But since I've left the military, I've seen military personnel doing things in uniform like their TikTok videos, which, okay, is cool. What I haven't seen is the blue cord wearers. See, not to separate myself or nothing, but the blue card wearers in the military, they are held to a different standard, right? Them are the killy guys, if you will. These are your frontline fighters, if you will. Um, Infantry. And from infantry come all other special forces individuals, Rangers, Green Beret, whatever else they have going. So they're held to a different standard. A little bit of military jargon for you. We call them pogues. And it's supposed to be a name that is not liked by many, right? What you doing here? You sling a spatula. You flip burgers and fry eggs in the morning. You're a pogue. Fix my breakfast. Let me get to business, right? And it's an inside thing that we share. And they're the ones that they be in the kitchen and doing their little TikTok videos and stuff. We're held to a different standard. Our hair has to be cut differently. Matter of fact, we get our hair cut every weekend. No question. You shave every morning, even if nothing is there to shave, right? And a man will run him finger upon your face to see if a stubble there. And if it is, the rest you pay for the rest of the day there. Just say you'll never be doing that again. You're gonna shave in your sleep after them done with you. What them are gonna do with you? Right? Some people call it hazing, we call it smoking. I'm gonna smoke that ass. Right? Right. So I was never comfortable seeing Jamaican police do certain TikTok video and certain video on social media because I kept saying to myself, them can't be no example. When Skeng came out with Tommy Lee with them not run them block, the one there, I say, okay, them probably them I say criminals now run them block or we the police are running. I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. But then me see them a dance to gunman song and me a gunman and me do this and that and then this video came out. And the first person I seen post it was Spraga Benz. And Spraga, I think he said something like all the audacity or something like that. But I'm watching the video and they were like, let me play the video for you because I have it right here. I'm a Jamaican police. Of course, we don't believe in corruption. I'm a Jamaican police. Of course, me I go skip the KFC line. I'm a Jamaican police. Of course, me I go ask her for her number. Psst. Come here now. I'm a Jamaican police. Of course, the funny thing about this video is they were telling truth. They were telling the truth, but they were being sarcastic while telling the truth. So now that their superiors have seen it, them not like it. So them are threatening no disciplinary action coming down the line. But everything they said in here is nothing that the rest of us Jamaicans don't know. That's the thing. It's one thing to think you know something about somebody and hear the crowd talk it. Is another thing to hear them admit it in a joking way. You understand? Right. So it look bad now. And then they are in uniform. Let me see if I can. It might get really loud. Where's my adjuster? Drop off of my desk. Okay, here it is. Let's see. Play.
I'm a police officer. Of course, everybody call me Squaddy.
Don't worry, I'm going to turn it up and play it again.
I'm a police officer. Of course, not gonna ask her for your number.
It's kind of low.
I'm a police officer. Of course, criminal going to escape in here. I'm a police officer. Of course, everybody call me squaddy. I'm a police officer in Jamaica. Of course, maybe skip the KFC line.
Of course, I'm gonna skip the KFC line.
I'm a police officer. Of course, I'm gonna ask her for your number.
Of course, I'm gonna ask her for your number. Psst.
I'm a police officer. Of course, criminal going escape in your by bushes.
Wow.
Police officer in Jamaica. Of course, can you go get a ticket?
I'm a police officer. Of course, I'm gonna wear my uniform to the embassy.
I'm a police officer. Of course, we don't believe in corruption. I'm a police officer. Of course, me go use a siren to come out of traffic.
I'm a police officer. Of course, people are gonna ask me for direction. Alright, just go straight, turn right.
I'm a police officer in Jamaica. Of course, nobody don't like me. But everybody want police friend though.
Take it how you want to. It's all fun and games until. So, of course, me I go skip the KFC line. Of course, me I go use the siren to get myself out of traffic. Of course, me I go, of course, man I go escape in nearby bushes. Of course, we not like corruption. Of course, this video was very telling. Shout out to the, just like me say every morning, shout out to law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. I'm a high respecter of professionals, especially people in law enforcement field, military field, because I've been down that road myself. I know what it takes to be in those ranks and in that uniform, right? All I want to say still is the people that carry themselves with a little bit more dignity. So the Jamaican Constabulary Force, JCF High Command, has addressed a recent incident involving this viral video featuring some of its members engaging in a TikTok trend while in uniform. So the trend in TikTok now is like, you would say, I'm a Jamaican. Of course, me eat curry goat and white rice. I'm a Jamaican. Of course, me don't know how to swim. I'm a Jamaican. Or, of course, me know how to swim. Whichever way you want to take it. Like, you just say a bunch of stuff that are synonymous with being a Jamaican. I'm a Jamaican. Of course, me like spinners in my oxtail and broad beans. I'm a Jamaican. Of course, right. So that's the trend on TikTok, and they just took it while they were in uniform and shot a video. Some people are gonna say, "Lord, man, it's stressful being a police officer in Jamaica. At least make them have little fun." But one thing I understood being in uniform is that sometimes you want to partake in some things, you can't partake in those things because your uniform and your profession holds you to a different standard. So you can't out here and do what everybody else is doing. You understand? Right. Lovely Anika says they all need to get reprimanded. King David says, I was in KFC the other day and the youth just walk up and skip the line, not even acknowledge us, and we were all upset. You know, hear what she just said? She just said, I'm a police officer in Jamaica. Of course, I'm going to skip the KFC line. Right. Well, I tell you what, not to come to their defense or nothing, but I think it's a deal that's worked out here with police officers at 7-Elevens. They come in, they get their coffee, they get their donuts, they walk out. But they don't go to the line. So they don't skip the people that are in the line. So police officers get KFC, not KFC, they get donuts and coffee for free at the 7-Elevens here. So them just walk in, go straight to it, get it and walk back out, right? It's kind of like showing their presence as well. So if any unscrupulous people are hanging around the store, they know, say, well, the police are always here because they always at least come for coffee and donuts. So this is probably not a place that we want to loiter, do any kind of criminal activities or whatever, because for sure, one of them might be pulling up sometime soon. So it works both in their favor. But when them skip the line now in a place where them have to pay and no deal, no work out with them, and people are look upon them funny and they think it's funny themselves, that's kind of like comes down to abuse of power kind of thing, right? In a release on Tuesday, the High Command said that such representations are not consistent with the current transformational thrust forward towards building a professional organization. The JCF has made significant investment to raise the standards of our people, quality, and technology, and as such behaviors will not be tolerated. Now, in response to the incident, and in keeping with its commitment to maintain professional conduct, the High Command said that disciplinary actions have been taken against these members that are involved in this video. disciplinary actions have been taken against these members involved in this video. This measure is part of our broader effort to ensure that all personnel behavior is consistent with the policies and ideas of the JCF, the High Command said, pointing out that it is not an isolated incident either. The High Command said that there have been other instances where members, while in their JCF uniforms, have used their personal social media platforms to publish content that could potentially bring the organization into a disrepute. The JCF High Command categorically stated that such behaviors will not be tolerated. All members of the JCF should be reminded that under the regulations of the Book of Rules, it is a breach of conduct to publish or cause to be published any form of communication while wearing the JCF uniform without the express permission of the Commissioner of Police, obtained through the head of the corporate communications unit. So, this says to me, I'm going to want to pass this on to my JCF brothers and sisters who no have no permission for them on TikTok in a uniform and on YouTube in a uniform. It actually says it in you guys' written laws. But me see a attorney, a high-powered attorney, got pulled over by a couple of young police officers the other day, and him just start twist them up, right? And then he was saying, I'm not gonna bother pressure on too much today, and laugh, right? It tells me that some of them are not well read, and they don't remember rules, laws, and regulations that they are supposed to be following, right? All members of the JCF, so I'm going to read this again for you so no. All members of the JCF should be reminded that under the regulations of the Book of Rules, it is a breach of your contract to publish or cause to be published any form of communication while wearing your JCF uniform without the permission and express permission of the Commissioner of Police obtained through the head of the corporate communications unit. Full stop. Sometimes people don't know, because I'm sure the good one them right now, them are going to say, oh shit, I'm going to take down the video them because I never know, because I see so many others who are higher ranking than me were doing it. They've been doing it for a while now and nobody said nothing. So each one teach one, right? So I'm going to hold all of them to the same, like, I don't say all of them bad. So the good one them who want to adhere to rules and regulations, then this is out here for you, right? Don't do no more of them video in your uniform. You can do your video them. Nobody know if you know say you work for JCF. And that's that. And when you're ready to go to work, you put on your uniform and you carry yourself go to work. The uniform of the JCF is a symbol of trust, responsibility, and public service. And it must be worn with the utmost respect and professionalism. That's what they tell us over here as well. This year, the JCF said that it will undertake a wide-scale sensitization program focused on reminding members of their responsibility for responsible social media use. Because everybody wants to be on social media now, and it's not conducive to what the JCF has going on for their ultimate picture of what they want the JCF to stand for and look like, and these things. Somehow now get carried away, right? That they are rifle walk and a should be rifle over the wall and gunman song and badman song. I listened to some of the songs that some of them dance to, and I said to myself, this is deep psychologically. The song is singing about your gunman and you kill people and shoot people and this and that, and you're dancing to it as a law enforcement official, hearing somebody who is not law enforcement singing, basically bragging over a beat that they're a murderer, right? So how now can you go tell the youth them, say, youth, the gun thing now go work, put on the gun and go on a school and this and that? They see you in your uniform glorifying the same people that they admonish and look up to, right? Him are the big artist, him drive the nice Benz, him sing about kill people. You, as a police officer, are there endorsing what he is singing about. So how can you tell the youth? You're sending mixed messages to the youth, them. You understand? You're sending mixed messages to the youth, them. That's what that is. Now, while we acknowledge that our members are entitled to a degree of freedom of expression on their personal social media platforms, they must be reminded that even in their private capacity, they can be identified as JCF members. A high command said, as such, they must avoid any behavior that may be deemed as unbecoming of a policeman or policewoman. The JCF High Command aid to remains committed to upholding the highest standards of conduct and service. We urge all members to reflect these standards in all aspects of their professional and public lives. Right. So let me read that one part there again. So someone who want to change it will change it, because he who knows better does better and understands that some of you might not know it. I don't know if you ever been around Jamaica lately and you see like some young police youth. They actually look like my son. Like they look like some 18-year-olds. I mean know how 18-year-old think, 19, 20-year-old think. You know what I mean? They're happy to be out there. They're happy to be in uniform. They have a sense of pride. They carry a air of power because it comes with the job, but the power is easily misused. Me a police officer. Of course, me go ask her for your number. Psst. I see them. They stare man, woman up and down in front of the man, as opposed to say like, what, so what? Like your woman and what? Me in my uniform with my license gun palm, me say something. That kind of attitude, right? Like unbecoming. Unbecoming. So again, all members of the JCF should be reminded that under the regulations of the Book of Rules, it is a breach of contract to publish or cause to be published any form of communication while wearing the JCF uniform without express permission of the Commissioner of Police that is obtained through the head of the corporate communications unit. So if you never get your permission from the Commissioner of Police and it never came through the head of the corporate communication unit, and you're posting it in your uniform to TikTok, YouTube, wherever else, you're doing wrong. You're going against that paperwork where uno sign up for be. All right? Right. So big up to them, man, and big up to the good ones, them. Like I say every morning when I come in here, shout out to law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, and so on and so forth. Big up on yourself. Because bad as things may be still, you already know how it goes. As soon as the shit hits the fan, who we call? Right. All right. Now, the last one for the morning. I found this article very telling, to say the least. I was wondering who was doing the judging. It says that Barbados identifies as the least corrupted country in CARICOM. Barbados. Big up to Barbados. Country girl says, SouFLo, here officers' personal social media is monitored because you are always an officer and on and off duty. Absolutely. But apparently in Jamaica, it's not that way. They just put the rules out there, but it's not enforced. And some of them don't know it or don't remember it. And when you're in that world and you see others who are superior to you in rank doing what they're not supposed to do, you start to think that it's okay to do it too, because you can get away with it too. Right. Oh, the new pathway to citizenship, Kaitai Jai Empress. Yes, thank you for reminding me about that one. And we'll roll it into this one as well. So, I don't know if you all saw, America looks right now like it's being overrun by migrants. I wouldn't say illegal immigrants, because you're not illegal until you cross over the border and with no permission. But the fact that they are giving them permission to cross over the border, we can't call them illegal. We have to say migrants. America looks like it's being overrun by migrants. I remember some man made a video not too long ago, and he said, look at this. Look at this. I want you to look closely at this. He zoomed in at everybody that was passing. He said, pay attention. What are you seeing? What are you seeing? I'm watching the video. I'm like, what does he mean? What are you seeing? Missy people are trying to run to freedom. What do you mean? What are you seeing? He said, do you see any women? Nope. Do you see any children? Nope. These are all young men between the ages of 18 and 25. These are military men. These are men that could serve in the military. What are they coming here for in this at this age group in these numbers? Something is going down. We don't know what it is. Something is going down. So yesterday, I'm watching a little bit of news and politics and stuff, and lo and behold, there they were. It is now on the table to be determined. New pathway to citizenship. Open the borders. Let them all in. I learned yesterday that for the past 5 years, the U.S. military has failed to meet its quota. Each year, they have a number set. We need this many people in case shit hits the fan. We're strong in numbers and we can go to war, defend, whether it's at home or abroad. They haven't met that number in 5 years. I didn't know that. I found that out last night watching them speak in the house. So what was suggested is to open the borders, let everybody in, and then through military service will be their path to citizenship. You clean yourself up, you come on in, you join the military, you serve, and after a certain amount of service, you are granted citizenship through military service. I said, I didn't know how to feel about it. I didn't know how to feel about it. Not everybody that is coming through is going to be allowed to stay. But it's harder to catch people once them come through. Because if me come through in a Texas, the first thing me I do I move go way over woy, right? Where when they start looking for me after them process you and where are you gonna be staying, blah blah blah. Me gone far from this, so just to make sure say but then again you will never be straight. So I'm thinking a lot of people will grab to this opportunity. Now, on the other hand, I can't be a hypocrite because even though I didn't come here illegally, I am an immigrant. And I did serve in the military here. And I benefited greatly from my service in the military here. So if I was to meet a group of people coming over and I was to say to them, or they were to say to me, what do you think? You think we should go into the military? I would say yes. I would say yes. I would definitely say yes. It's gonna change your life. And think about where you're coming from and think about the possibilities of where you're going. You know what I mean? I mean, this is certainly a vehicle to get there. I realized in the comment section yesterday that a lot of people were saying, damn, slavery all over again. So they're going to use black and brown people because that's all who these migrants are. There's a lot of Africans coming through and a lot of Hispanics coming through. So they're going to use black and brown people to fight white man's war again in exchange for a little bit of freedom, right? A lot of us will end up dying on the battlefield in combat, this, that, and the other. Let me tell you this. I'm still shaking about a lot of shit that I saw and did in there. And that's just putting it lightly and raw. And I won't even go into details. Coming I want to do no breakdown in front of everybody. But I saw people that we went in together. And we went in together because we didn't come from silver spoon. We went in together because we were young and we wanted better. And we were out here planning foolishness. Like I told y'all before, I seriously wanted to be a hitman. I wanted to kill for a living. For real, for real. Come make up my mind from me young. Said poverty wasn't gonna be my thing, right? I'm either gonna get real dirty out here, make a lot of money and die young, or I could find another way up out of this. Now, for me, my dad, military, my grandfather, who just passed away, Luther McKenzie, he was also JCF for how many years? When I read my grandfather's eulogy, I was surprised. Oh, I'm something there. I was surprised at the length of service. Them all send him go to England from Jamaica, and he served at the Buckingham Palace and all these things. Me never even didn't know them something there, right? And so back to this. There's a pathway in it for you where you can come out to have, I wouldn't even say it's the American dream, but your path to the American dream: home ownership, stability, and being able to live in a place where your children can grow nice, a quiet suburb somewhere. We don't have to worry about the inner city turmoils of life because we go where we can afford to be. You understand what I'm saying? So once that is created for you, then you have opportunities to travel. I've been to way more places. I was arguing with somebody online because I had some extra time the other day just for fun. And the first thing the person said is, I could tell by your comment that you're not well traveled. How about you get your ass up from where you've probably been stuck at your whole life and at least visit one other country? And the first thing I shot back was, go do your research and find out who you're talking to. I'm absolutely sure that I have visited more countries and have lived in, meaning I spent more than a year stabilized in more countries across this globe than you have. But that all comes from military, being in the military and serving. You understand? So life is like this, and I see it like this: nothing come for free, and then nobody giving us nothing for free either. And if you want good, you're going to have to get up and go get it. A wise man said to me a long time ago, "You're gonna have to either use your brain or your brawn, one or the other. But ain't nobody giving you shit for free out here." So I'm telling my immigrants that are coming in that if they're offering this and they make it into law that that is what it is, then jump on it and go for it. A lot of us got our citizenship that way. I got my citizenship while I was in the military, but it wasn't because of the military that I got it. I was already good here. I could have served and came out. But they have a rule in there that says if you're not a citizen, you can only serve 2 years. Then you have to go out and you can hold on to your green card. But if you want to go beyond 2 years, then you have to go citizenship. See, I was again young, dumb, didn't know much, so I thought nobody now take away my Jamaican citizenship from me. And if me give up my Jamaican citizenship, that's like me turning my back on Jamaica. So me now take up no American citizenship, me a hold on funny. And then I signed that contract for the military, and then I hit that 2 year part, and then they called me in and they were like, "So what are you gonna do? I mean, you're, ETSing or you in for the ride?" And I was like, "Yeah, give me my paperwork. Let me sign it up." And because I was in there, I literally filled out the paperwork, and it was like somebody bring it up there for me and bring it back come on my door. I was like, damn, that was fast. Because I know a lot of other Jamaicans who had been here for years and years and years. Still there, man, I try to get my things straight. And I was like, shit, much that came back in like a couple of months. I went from permanent resident to citizen in literally about 2 months, 2.5 months. No over exaggeration. So again, if the pathway is set for you, go ahead and do it. People have called me. So Flo, me there. Me not too straight still in a bro. I want to talk to you about something. Cause I want to do the military thing and all that. If they're on this channel here this morning, they will tell you what I have told them behind the scenes away from you guys. Of course, I'm not privileged to expose people and our conversations without their permission, but I'm telling you that I talk to them all the time. Jamaicans that are here, that are green card holders, some of them are here, have expressed to me that they came over just that same way, right? And them living in a certain kind of condition and they want better for themselves. I'm going to tell them for go for it. Enough Jamaican I put into the military since I got out of the military. And a lot of them are telling me today them now come out because they're doing so good in there and they're loving their life. So don't let it scare you. I know the other day, three African Americans, a drone strike happened over in Jordan, and three African Americans lost their lives in that drone strike. And of course, people who have never served are now like, you see, that's the reason why you don't ever go in there. I'm not going in that military. I don't want nothing to happen to me. Hear me out, man. If your opportunities are limited, things are going to happen to you out here. And for me, one of the things that was my driving force was I was going to probably end up going to somebody's prison, and I would prefer go to the military than go to prison, right? If prison ain't for you and you ain't built like that, then choose military. So there they are. And my condolences goes out to them and their family. And I know firsthand what all this feels like. You understand? And it happens. It happens. Everything is a risk, though. Everything is a risk, though. You take out a big loan and you go to college if you qualify for one, it's a risk because you can't wipe off that debt. You can file bankruptcy. One thing you can't file bankruptcy and wipe away is your student loan debt. That stuff will follow you all the way around, right? And who's to tell if you're going to get out of school in the field you went to school for, paid all that money for, and actually become successful enough to be able to pay off that loan and live a comfortable life? Like everything you do is risk. You have to outweigh the risk and the rewards. You weigh them up and you say, hey, man, send me. This is where I tell people choose something that you genuinely love. That's it. The military has tons of jobs. Choose something that you genuinely love, providing that your ASVAB score allows you to qualify for it. Choose something you genuinely love. That way, whether you're in uniform or out uniform, you're still going to wake up every day loving to do what you're loving to do. And if you're one of them people there that had to beat feet across the friggin' border, sleep out in the open and under somewhere, catch up and go through all that hell, you're about to love the friggin' military. I can't explain it to you. You're just going to have to go in there and see it, but you're gonna love it, and nobody else could explain it to you except for somebody who's been through it, right? Don't let the debt scare you and fool you. Shit happens. Just choose something that you love. I'll close off by saying this: if you choose something that you love, if you die doing it, you died happy. That way. So that's what that was about the new path to citizenship. They're planning on opening up the borders, letting them all come through, and then funnel them right into the military, those who are willing to go. Right. Lulu Ridges says what I went to college for was obsolete by the time I graduated. And we're moving into the future, Lulu. And guess what? A list just came out, and I want y'all to go on Google and Google this up and say in the next ask Google or Siri, in the next 5 to 10 years, what are the jobs that will no longer be available to humans? Go look it up. You went to school to be an accountant and you're accounting. Guess what? You can crunch numbers and do it precisely and at the speed and autocorrect like a computer can. So guess whose job's gone now? Yeah, your accountants. And there are many more jobs on that list. I'm just saying. Right. Now, with that said, our last one for the morning. Barbados is identified as the least corrupt country in CARICOM. The least corrupt country in CARICOM. The most corrupted countries are on my list here: Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago. My Trinidad, what going on? Or you're corrupted just like we, eh? Guyana, Haiti, Suriname. Those are the most corrupted countries in CARICOM, and Jamaica is one of the most corrupted, and Barbados is the least corrupted. Transparency International says that only Guyana and the Dominican Republic in the Americas have actually improved their corruption perception index, or their CPI scores, over the past decade, while the other countries, to include Jamaica, they have either been stagnant or they have significantly declined. I know you're wondering how they measure this and what this is about. Karen Notice, have a wonderful day, my friend. Walk good. Anybody else leaving? Walk good. We'll catch you tomorrow. Let me go ahead and finish out this article right here, and then we're going to close it down for the day as well. Listen to this now. No, for those who want to know. The CPI ranks 180 different countries and territories by their perceived level of public sector corruption. Public sector corruption, according to experts and business people, on a scale of 0, which is highly corrupt, to 100, which is very clean. So you understand where the scale is. 1 to 10, This is 0 to 100, right? It analyzes how injustice and corruption impacts one another around the world. This year's report will continue to compare levels of corruption over time, highlighting which countries have improved, which countries have regressed or gone backwards, and which countries are stagnant, not making any growth in their corruption. In its 2023 CPI report that were released here on Tuesday, Transparency International said that Guyana and the Dominican Republic have improved their CPI scores over the past decade. All others have either been stagnated or significantly worsened in their scores. In Jamaica, collusion among the powerful, as well as overwhelming dominance of the executive over the legislature, weakens the parliament's oversight capacities, creating conditions that are ripe for abuse and corruption. This is what was the finding for Transparency International based on Jamaica on the corruption scale. Additionally, the executive's failure to close gaps in the governance framework weakens the pursuit of corruption cases involving organized crime and fosters impunity of high level corrupt elites. I don't know if that gone over somehow in the head. The executives failed to close gaps in the governance of framework weakens the pursuit of corruption cases, meaning the laws are set in place in such a swanky wanky way, such a fenke way that them going after corruption cases almost never ends with anybody being being caught and prosecuted, and it fosters impunity of high-level corrupted elites. Remember, my asked on say, have you ever seen any of the elites or anybody from the top of the edge, the upper uppers, go to prison in Jamaica and are sentenced to any time for any crime or whatever? No. So the world knows this, not just us Jamaican know this. Venezuela, Haiti, Nicaragua, they have the lowest scores in the region, with widespread impunity and lack of independence of the judiciary. That means that them are the best countries. Then if you're of the upper echelon, more than likely you can get dirty and you won't be prosecuted. Countries across the region should work towards having strong independent judiciaries to bring about accountability and justice. But who controls that judiciary? Right, we're talking about the legal system now, right? So the legal system is set such a way in Jamaica that it is controlled by the elites. It is controlled by the upper class of Jamaica. Therefore, them can't do no wrong because it's the same system that is going to have to judge them. And if I control the system that does the judging, that means I'm having to judge myself and my colleagues. And if I'm judging myself and my colleagues, I will never find us wrong of anything. I just saw we do business, man. Right? So this whole saying that we've had for the longest, that are two set of laws in Jamaica, one for up here so and one for the people them down here, so here it is for you. It is absolutely true. Right. The continued weakening of checks and balances will only foster impunity for both the influential and the corrupt to the detriment of the general public and the collective welfare. Transparency International said that over 2/3 of the countries scored below 50 out of 100, which strongly indicates that they have serious corruption problems in CARICOM. The global average is stuck at 43, while the vast majority of these countries have made no progress or they have declined in the last decade, meaning they've gotten worse, deeper into corruption. What is more, 23 countries fell to their lowest scores to date this year. According to the Transparency International, Barbados is ranked as the highest among CARICOM countries. Barbados is ranked with a 24. Remember, the scale is 0, no corruption, to 100, highly corrupted. Barbados is at 24. and they're number 24 in ranking, and they scored 69. Followed by the Bahamas. Bahamas is at place number 30, and they scored 64. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is ranked at 36 with a score of 60, followed by Dominica, not the Dominican Republic, with the ranking of 42 and a score of 56. St. Lucia, 45th on the list with a score of 55, and Grenada, 49th with a score of 53. Jamaica is ranked at 69th, 0 to 100. Jamaica is ranked at 69th with a score of 44. Trinidad and Tobago is ranked at 76 with a score of 42. Trinidad and Jamaica like the same thing. Now I go on with. Guyana is ranked at 87 with a score of 40. And the same as Suriname, while Haiti is ranked at 172 with a score of 17. The most corrupt out of all in the region. So Transparency International said in Latin America and the Caribbean, the lack of independence and transparency of the judiciary promotes corruption throughout the Caribbean and undue influence of political and economic elites. They're the ones running shit. They're the ones getting away with everything. This renders many justice systems across the region incapable of applying the law effectively in an impartial manner or exercising their function as a check on their other branches of government, which is functional for all well-functioning democracies. There you have it. All right. With that said, shout out to Barbados. Obviously, y'all are doing something right. Jamaica is Jamaican as usual, and Trinidad is right there, socaing and Trinidadian as usual, along with everybody else. It is what it is. Those are things that are outside of our power scope as people. I know we control that. They're doing what they're doing. They're being watched by international eyes, and they know that they're being watched by international eyes. But their system is set up to where they don't care if they're being watched by international eyes, because those international eyes don't have any power. You can watch me steal stuff, but you can't do nothing about it because I ain't thieving nothing from you. That kind of stuff. Anyhow, that article, if you want to go read it, that article was taken from the Jamaica Gleaner, and the headline says Barbados identifies as the least corrupt country in CARICOM, and you can read the entire article for yourself, right? With that said, we're gonna knock it off right here this morning. Big thanks to everybody tuned in again this morning. 1,069 people at closing of this, and I only have 417 thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up button as you enter the live and as you exit the live. I appreciate you greatly. And don't forget Scotch Bonnet and Time. That is a channel on YouTube that is a dating channel for the Caribbean. And we will be gathered there this Sunday at 7:30. So go over there now, go hit your subscribe and get ready. Set your notification for Sunday. All right. One Caribbean love. Jah guide. I'll catch y'all tomorrow right here on Morning Thoughts. Walk good. Go with God. Think about the things you do before you do them. And remember, karma is real. I'm out. Peace.